Right, everyone, WeaponCollector here. I ain't going to be able to see your comments for a minute. I hope you can hear me all right. I think this is all set up right. I'll let you know when I can see what you're writing. I'm just going to be sorting out my computer just for a second. Thought I had it all set up ready, and then because I turned the internet on and off, this laptop wasn't connected to the internet. So nearly there, just getting onto the streaming tab, events, and I'll be able to see you in a minute. See what I'm doing. Just drinking a bit of coffee. Yeah, I thought I'd do a Sunday night one so that some of the people who always miss these can actually get to see some. Turn this setting down a bit. Brennan, you still there? Can you hear me all right? Can you see me? Just wait to see how this goes. Should all be set up right. Right, just waiting for people to join now. How many's watching? 7. Can you hear me then? I'm not Brennan, but can hear loud and clear. Ah, cheers, Captain Bogra. Thanks, mate. Yeah. Fallout player. You all right, mate? Yeah, I thought if I'd done one tonight, people who don't normally get to see these would get to see them. Right, this computer's gone. It's not connected to the internet. Hang on. Stream will still go. I just won't be able to see what you're writing for a minute. I'll let you know when I'm back. No, it's all right. Pete, you all right, mate? Yeah, that should be all right. I don't know. It's saying it's disconnected from the internet, but I'm still getting the thingies coming through. So as long as the comments come through, it don't really matter. You know, I don't care if I can't see what's going on. You know. I wonder if this is going to keep doing this all night now. Tell you what, I'll try and get the computer that way as much as I can, this laptop. That might work. What you all been doing then? I ain't been doing anything today, to be honest. I had to cook the Sunday dinner, that's about it. Alright, I'll open one of these windows. Right, hang on, I'm still here. Just going to do something quickly. But yeah, there's a lot more comments. There's a lot more comments that I'm not seeing at the minute. I may have to try and do something. Hang on. Yeah, I'm missing loads of these comments. Right, hang on. How can I do it? I can get it on this other one. I'll let you know in a second. Hang on. Part chat. Yeah, I'm having a bit of a fuck up at the minute. This computer. Oh, they've all come up now. Yeah. Right, miles behind now. Right, I'm just gonna have a look. Yeah, none of them was coming up. I can see them on there now, though. Thought this might happen one day. Right, Donny Twump, Cheeky Breaky. That's from I don't know. I know sort of what it's from. That's from. They do that on Liam's channel. Weapon Stuff 93. Right, mate. Where am I? I always pause the live videos. I find it distracting due to the slight lag. Yeah. That is really lagging on here. Oh, that was me getting up about 5 minutes ago. I know as you comment on videos. Yeah, lol. Peach night at work, home base. Brennan Jeffries, how about the functionality of the AK slab mags? Their menus. Is this the right comment? Well, you could, yeah. That's right, Barrow. Are you competing with your bro? Well, funny thing is, Liam was on tonight, and I was on. You know, I was coming on, so yeah, we was all at the same time tonight. I hope you can hear me and see me, because this is a bit of a fuck up for me at the minute. I can't see anything what I'm doing. The comments are going so slow. I wasn't even aware if they was coming through or not. Alright, hang on. I better check this. Not there today. See if they're coming through. Yeah, no, they're still not. I'm just going to refresh this page. Should start getting going in a minute. I might have to move the camera or something. Yeah, it's a bit of a fuck up today. Yeah, where I normally look at my comments, I'm not getting them. So, yeah, not coming up on it. Yeah. I'll have to sort of look this way. Oh, fucking hell, I'm knocking the camera over now. This is the right note, man. Alright, let's have a look. Weapon Stuff 93, yeah, that's why I moved my stream forwards a bit so I could watch yours as well rather than us dividing viewers. Yeah, because funny thing is, that's right. We get a lot of the same viewers, so right, I should be getting the things now. Brennan Jeffrey, like the usage for them as knives, hammers, and blunt instruments. Andre Gar, what's your favourite go-to everyday lighter? Well, I like the old Clippers. That's probably my favourite lighter. The easiest one to use, you know. Just going to check this again. Yeah, what a complete fuck up tonight's been so far. Alright. Fallout player. I'm an American, just for reference. I'm thinking of buying either an SKS, a Mini 14 or Ruger American in 243. To be honest, I have no idea where to talk about them, mate. SRS Power could help you with that. I don't really know. Captain Bogrel, Fallout got an SKS. Bristol, happy birthday to me. What's your birth sign, Mike? I'm a Taurus. I bet you don't know and hear a load of... and hear you loud and clear. Cheers, mate. Peach says, get an SKS. Fallout player, thanks, guys. Brandon Jeffrey, yeah, an SKS. Preferably a Yugo. Eyeball Frog 79, hi, WC. All right, mate. Good to see you on here. Partly why I wanted to do some of these later ones is so some of the Americans could get on. Because a lot of the times, a lot of the Americans... You know, I do it. I have to do it early in the day. It's night time for you, you know, or early morning. So nice to see you, Captain Bogrel. I've got a lighter that my great uncle made in World War One. Made from a couple of bullets and other brass bits. Ah, that's nice. Who was it? Oh, Tetsubo 57. He put a video of a big shell on that from World War One that was made into a vase, and I was going to show him mine. We got two downstairs that have been made into vases, and they're French ones. I can't remember if they're World War One or World War Two though. Probably World War One. Captain Bogrel, I got a light. Oh, I just read that. Beach Night Judge, lol. Captain 5214, hi there. Alright, mate. Josh Satford. Love the old Spaz 12 on you all. I had one 6mm. Yeah, funny thing is, that's what that is. That is a 6mm one. I bought that because it was the only one I could ever get. I always wanted, as you can tell, I don't know if you can tell this, but you can tell I like shotguns. You know what I mean? All the films, always the classic shotgun, pump action shotgun. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind a deactivated sawn-off shotgun or something like that. And the cheapest, best thing you could get for a Spaz 12 was the BB version. But that handle will come off and go on to my other one up the top there. It's not in frame at the minute. No, I'll leave it. Yeah, I won't move the camera in case I unplug it. Captain 5214, Deep South Louisiana here. Oh, nice. It's good to see some Americans on. Because like I said, a lot of you don't always get to see my live streams because I do them too early for you. Fallout player, it's 3:40 PM here in the Midwest. Nice. Yeah, I thought it would be about that time. I've got an American friend from Baltimore, so I always know they're in Baltimore. They're 5 hours behind. Weapon Stuff 93. US is about 6 to 8 hours behind us. So yeah, it's a lot earlier in the day for them. Yeah, I was going to try and get my American mate to come on here. I've got, when I say my American mate, there's a friend who comes over to visit me. And he's always asking me to chat. I chat to him on camera quite often, but I was going to try and get him on here. But he don't really go on YouTube a lot. He used to actually do videos, and then he stopped. Captain Bogrel, if they're French, probably World War One. Didn't do much in World War Two. Yeah, funny thing is, as I was saying it, I thought to myself, no, it's going to be World War One, isn't it? Fallout player, any Marlins on that wall? No, mate. No Marlins. Bullfrog 79. Love you guys from the UK. Cheers, mate. I like you Americans. Like I said, I have an American friend who actually comes over and he'll stay at the local bed and breakfast, and we sort of go about sightseeing for a week while he's here, or 10 days. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's from Baltimore. Weapons Off 93. I bet that was before the VCRA, where they had to be bright colours. Yeah, I've had that one. Well, most of my guns, I haven't bought any new guns for like 10 years. So most of my stuff is over 10 years. Yeah, I'm glad I bought that because it's hard to get. I bet if you tried to buy a deactivated Spaz 12, that would probably cost you, well, you know, at least 500 quid probably, I bet, for a Spaz 12. Bernard Jeffrey, when you own a 20 mil casing of an AR-10 Warthog. Josh Satford, ASG make a nice Spaz 12. Take a look, mate. I will. I'll have a look at that. Peach, pain in the arse that you can't just cut them down. Yeah. I so badly wanted to once, but I just thought it's not worth it. You know, not worth it. Get in trouble for it, so just leave it. You know what I mean? But I was tempted, but I suppose if you could get someone to change the certificate or do a new certificate, you might be able to. Because I was looking into that. It may have been Weapons Stuff 93 who mentioned something similar about getting some of these not like deactivated again to the new spec so that you can sell them. Because a lot of them you can't sell now. But if you got them deactivated to the new spec, you probably could sell them. Or you could sell them. Captain 5214, how's all your gun laws there? To be honest, they're not as bad as you think. I've gone over this before, but if you don't know, a lot of people don't know this, we can have guns. We can have, if you can get the license for it and like the land, you can get a 50 caliber rifle. You know, it's still quite restricted, but we can get a lot of stuff that you'd be surprised. I was surprised, you know. So Bullfrog was saying hello to Weapons Stuff 93. Fallout player, wish we could send you folks across the pond some of our freedom lords. Lord knows we got enough to spare. Yeah. I won't mind a bit of your freedom, mate. That'd be good. Oh, I'll show you something while you're on here. I got this recently. It'll make some of you laugh. I got my American mate to send me it. Is it set? Weapons stuff said, sadly, with current UK airsoft laws, you can't get a realistic one without a UKR, so it's a lot of effort to actually get airsoft replicas. Yeah, that annoys me that you pretty much can't get any. Well, it's hard to get any guns now, really. You know what I mean? Because we've all got to go to the shops now, and I don't have any gun shops that close to us now. Jeffrey Brennan, those casings are large enough to smuggle a Obra's pistol with. Captain 5412, open carry. No open carry over here. No, definitely not. There's no carrying of guns at all, really. You know, definitely couldn't. You're only allowed to shoot in, you know, like fields and that you'd have permission to shoot on, stuff like that. And, you know, I'm not an expert on these. If SRS Power's on, he'll be able to talk to you about that. But, yeah, no such thing as open carry or anything like that over here. Pete said Trump. Yeah, it was a Trump coin. Josh Satford, I have a Section 1 firearm certificate. I have 2.2 M4 and many others. Mosen Legat, A98. My club's in Hastings. Plus, I do live in history. Yeah, my cousin's got shotgun license and firearms license. Not sure what one. He's got the 2.2 long rifle. Is that Fallout? Is that a challenge coin? No, it was just a cheap. It was just a cheap. I don't know, like a novelty coin, really. When we saw it, we thought it'd be amusing to get them. Right, is that a Bitcoin? Yeah, I suppose it could be. Trump Bitcoin. Right, where are we? The only firearms you can own in the UK without a license is an antique, something of obsolete caliber made before 1898 or something. For example, a muzzle loader or a Martini Henry. Yeah, well, in them, I'll just get one. In my range, is it range? No. I don't know if they'll have them in here. But in these are old ones. In the Worldwide Arms catalogues, you could actually buy those. They was actually selling obsolete caliber rifles. You know, no deactivation, no nothing, because you don't need it. If I can find one, this is, like I said, this is an old catalogue anyway. But yeah, there's one there. Not sure how well you'll be able to see this, but that gun there, if you read that red writing at the bottom, it says an antique obsolete caliber, fully working, no license required. That one just there. 525 quid. Yeah, I've had catalogues too, you know, where I could have bought them, but a bit too expensive for me. Right, Andre Gar, was that a Bitcoin? I read that one. Captain, no carry whatsoever. Yeah, exactly. No, you can't carry anything over here as far as weapons or anything. Hi, Bullfog, any new projects? Well, I should be starting or carrying on with the carbine crossbow soon. I've got the stuff for the prod, the tent poles. So it's just a case of waiting for these scaffolders to go, because I don't like making stuff like that when people are around, you know what I mean? They should take it down tomorrow. So once they've gone, I'm either going to start the trigger and the rolling nut or the prod, because I want to test the prod first. But yeah, there's plenty. I've always got loads of projects on, mate. Aaron C. Do you know what happened to Cold Countryside? Nothing on his channel. No, I don't, mate. The only thing I would think of is I know that he moved out on his own, didn't he, into his own flat. Maybe he's just ain't got the internet or anything at the minute. You know what I mean? I ain't got time, but other than that, that's just guessing. Do like Cold, he's a good bloke. Yeah. I don't know. I can't really tell you, mate, but I'm assuming it's probably just either lack of time or lack of internet. You know what I mean? I'm a bit behind on the comments, but Weapons Stuff 93. I've really wanted a Daisy Red Riser, but sadly no UK gun shops seem to store them as they sit in the stupid area of the law between a toy and air rifle. I've always wanted one of them as well. I just never got round to it. I think I still will one day. Josh Sackford, as a reenactor, I can buy imitation firearms, non-bright airsoft. Yeah, I bet that's good. I was discussing this with Liam the other day because he does a bit of amateur dramatic stuff, and we was discussing whether that would fall into the category, and I think there probably would be a way of bringing that into it. You know. Bristol said, Mike, are you into bayonets? There's a second-hand shop near selling 3 of them for 30 quid each. Don't know if that's a good deal or not. What would you say? I'm not really sure, mate. All depends. I'm not really into them. I've only got that one, this one here, on my Chinese model. The only bayonet I own. I probably would be into them. It's just a case of I haven't bought anything new really for years, so. But yeah, that's the only one I own. I know the lighting's a bit dark in here. That's not too bad though. It don't bother anyone, does it? I have actually got a light on here. It don't really make much difference. 30 quid each, so don't sound too bad to me. But it all depends. I would look into it. Liam might know about that. Fallout player, pretty cool. At least it's not Obama. Yeah. Well, I know Trump would offend just as many people, you know what I mean? But, you know. H, no, nice rifle. Brennan Jeffrey, it's sad that many in the UK need large land areas to shoot, while in Ohio you can mine Bitcoin, stamp AKs, and shoot in your house for a low price of being near rednecks or hicks. Yeah. Weird, isn't it? But you're alright over there. You got some, you know, good setup. But then, like I've said before, I don't mind our laws like how it is. I mean, but if I was over where you are, I would like your laws, you know. Fallout player, so you guys can't really own regular guns or airsoft rifles that are allowed to get BB guns. Yeah. Well, the thing is, we can own them. It's just now you can't buy them online. Without a certain license, BB guns have to be a certain colour, like a bright colour. But air rifles and that, you can't buy them online now, get them delivered. You have to go to a shop to buy them. So if you don't have a local shop, it's hard to get them. Yeah, here a BB gun is usually given as a first birthday gift. Yeah, that way. Josh Sackford, have you ever thought of making US World War I trench? Nice. I'll have to answer that in another comment, right? You know, in a private message. What is the legality on homemade weapons like a crossbow? Well, as far as I'm aware, it's fine to do it because I'm pretty sure if you can own it and shoot it and all that, you should be able to make it. And I've never heard anything other than that. Yeah, that was David Ames who said that. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure, but I've never seen anything mention about not making crossbows. It's perfectly legal to own, perfectly legal to buy, perfectly legal to use. Yeah, apart from that, I've never seen anything else say otherwise, you know. Captain said, if you would, sir, tell me about the revolver with the buttstock. Right, that is a 177 pellet gun, 10 shot. I think it's a Smith & Wesson 357. Takes CO2. I bought it because I thought it'd be a bit unusual, you know. Sometimes I think the stock gets in the way, but Beachned said you can make them. Yes, yeah. I assumed, you know, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be making videos of me making them. You know. Yeah, I assumed if you can own it and buy it, you should be able to make it. Weapon Stuff 93 Bristol. Do you know the model of the bayonets they are? Greg said, do Gory have an AK-47? I mean, no, the only thing I've got close to an AK-47 is this, which is my Chinese model 86S, which is basically a modified AK-47. If you look on my channel, you'll see a video of this recently, and you'll be able to see, when you look at it, you can see that end is the receiver of a AK-47. Weapon Stuff said lighting is fine, a bit yellow. Yeah, it looks a bit, that's the problem with the walls. It sort of makes the whole room look yellow in here. Beach Night, that's a Chinese bayonet. Yeah, yeah, Chinese rifle, Chinese bayonet. Andre Gar, any thoughts on the recent nerve agent incident? Well, we sort of discussed this before. I've not really looked too much into it, only because of, you know, there's so much you would, you know, you could do a whole 2-hour video on that probably. You know what I mean? But it's bad, you know, and if they catch anyone for it, they ought to lock them up for the rest of their life, because it's a major terrorism, really. You know, the amount of people who could get hurt or killed doing things like that ought to be some serious consequences. But as for doing stuff against Russia and that, you know, probably no point. You know. Simon Jones, any thoughts on mass immigration in the UK? Again, not really. I try not to talk about political kind of stuff too much or stuff like that. In general, I try not to even think about it too much, because it just annoys me and makes me angry constantly, you know. But the only thing I would say is I know that a lot of people voted for Brexit because they thought that that kind of thing would stop. And now it looks like we're going to have Brexit and no immigration stuff will change. You know, I'm pretty sure that's why a lot of people voted for Brexit, because they wanted to stop all this mass immigration coming in. You know, especially illegal immigrants and that. But but I don't mind some, you know, some immigration's good, obviously, you know what I mean? But yeah, I try not to think about it too much. Like, that's another thing that could go on for ages, you know. Fallout player, is that a PO8 up there? No, but I'm not sure what PO8 is, mate, but I don't, there's not one up there. If it was, I would know what it was, sort of thing. I would look it up, but the my internet's playing off at the minute. I'm going to leave this, how this is going perfect, I'm going to leave it like that, you know. Brennan Jeffrey, opinions on the OTS Groza carbine? At the minute, I can't look it up, man. I don't want to risk it. Well, let me have a quick look. If this works all right, I'll answer Fallout Players one as well. All right, so that is similar to that then. Yeah, that's very similar. That does look good. I've always liked bullpup rifles. Right, I'll look up the PO8 quickly. Oh, nice. Yes. Oh, yeah. No, I have seen them. Yeah, that is nice. Yeah. I wouldn't mind one of them. There's a couple of people I subscribe to, I think, who have got pellet versions of that. What one did you think was the PO8? If you, yeah, PO8. What one did you think it was? That one up there? Like right up there? Weapons and stuff. They're saying now they don't even know the type of nerve agent it is, which makes me think they're already overblowing a lot of it. Could have been a totally different poison pesticide. Yeah, the more and more they start going on about things, the more you start to wonder, How much of it is now lies? How much are they covering it up now? You know. Paul, that play got to go. Everyone have a great night. See you. Thanks for joining in, mate. See you later. Captain 5214 said P8 Luger 9mm. Yeah, he may have meant, whoever it was, well, that one up the top there, that's the only thing I can think of looks like a Luger, and that is a 177 S2 pellet gun. Simon Jones, do you have a Fairbairn Touch Fighter knife? Yes, I do, mate. It's under my bed at the minute, though, in a box. So I can't show you it. But yeah, I've got videos on it. Well, I said it was my dad's. It is my dad's, but I've got it. Hey. Bit of coffee in the special mug. T800. Wouldn't nerve gas just kill the person using it as well if they wasn't wearing a hazmat suit? Yeah, that's a very interesting thing. I don't really know though, but yeah, I suppose that makes sense, doesn't it? You know, I don't know how it works. Can you just open a little thing and put it and then quickly run off? You know, I literally have no idea. Greg, XEL, do you have any gas masks? Yes. The weird thing is I can never ever remember what type it is, but Weapons and Stuff 93 might be able to remember what one it is and tell you what one I own. I can never ever remember the gas mask I own. It's an old one though. Is it? What was the company that made them? Vodafone? Was it? I know it was one of the companies that make phones. Yeah, Nokia, not Vodafone. Nokia. Yeah. Thank you, Liam. Yeah, Nokia M61 V2. Yeah, I can never ever remember what that mask is. And he said it's the first gas mask he owned as well. Weapons Off 93 says, sadly with bullpups is most were very dodgy, crappy. They're a great idea and concept, long barrel on a shorter rifle, but I'm unsure if a really good, reliable one has been made yet. Yeah, I'll tell you, I've always liked the look of them. That's what partly made me buy that. It was either that or an AK-47, and then I got that in the end. But yeah, it is a very interesting concept. Pete said, best get yourself a GP5 and a new FP5 filter just in case. I probably will get round to getting the new one, or getting the thing to change it from, is it 60mm to 40mm? Peach, the one with the big nose. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, grey, big nose on it. Tier 100, they make good air rifles, bullpups. Yeah, I've got a weird, oh god, what's it called? Falcon? Is it Falcon? Can't remember now. But I've got a bullpup air rifle. It's a cheap one though. Such a bad memory for things sometimes. Just gonna have a look. I can't even remember my own gun on my own gas mask. Just looking at what this gun's called. Yes, it is a side lever, yeah. Tier 100 said, is it a side lever? Yes, it is, mate. It's a cheap one. I think it's the Falcon. Oh, I can't remember. I'll know in a second. It wasn't working for a while, and then I worked out what it was in the end. I think it was a pin had fallen out. It made it really dangerous because I cocked it, loaded it, and when I pulled the trigger, nothing happened, but you felt like something moved inside it. So I was scared that it could shoot at any time. So I was having to sort of walk along with this gun pointed at the ground in case it went off at any time. And in the end, I just had to, I went into my Wendy house, I had to ram the gun between two cushions of a sofa, so it was pointing into the floor, and then have to go and get a mallet so I could whack it and hope it would jog the trigger mechanism to go off. But I fixed it in the end. I should know what this gun is called in a second if I ever get there. Where the hell is it? Weird. I'll get to it eventually. Andre Gar said, "Are you far right?" I'll be honest with you, I'm not really anything. It may surprise you, may not surprise you. I don't vote purely because I've never seen anything in any political party that I wanted them to be solely in charge, sort of thing. You know, there are parties that I've liked more than others, but they've always got something really crap. And I also didn't want to be registered on the electoral register. So. Captain Bogrell never fired either, but I'm pretty sure the AUG and the F2000 are solid and reliable. Weapon Stuff 93, the problem was with bullpups was lots of armies rushed into getting them in the 80s and didn't spend much, do enough research on them. A lot of nations now have just gone with M4 and the M16 rifles. He also said the Aussies moaned about changing the SLR to the AUG, but I've heard that was mostly good. The Israeli TR is meant to be okay as well, but the L85, A1, FAMAS and the Chinese one had a lot of issues. Simon Jones said, "Hey, Cab." Captain 515241, a combat vet? No, I'm not, mate. No. Well, I will eventually find this gun. Oh, here. The Griffon. I knew it was something Falcon, Griffon. Yeah, instead of Griffin, it's the Griffon 177 air rifle. Captain 5214, first Desert Storm here. Oh, nice one, mate. Simon Jensen, ha ha ha. Fuck's sake. Bit of black coffee. Yeah, glad this is working now. Well, it was working all the time, but at first I wasn't getting the comments. It was doing my head in for a bit. Not actually got it planned. I can't even see what I'm doing, but done. Yeah, 800. That the AR-15 looking one. Is it any good? Yeah. Sorry, I was daydreaming a bit then. Yeah, it is. It's the AR-15 looking one, but it's not very good. No, it's cheap. When you're cocking it, you've got to put your fingers in a hole, you know, in the breech, and you're scared. It chops your fingers off. All I used to do is to open it and then put the lever under my arm. So I'd have the gun here, the lever sticking up there. I'd stick my arm over and then load it. Because I was too scared to leave my thumb in there, you know. James Drennan, your views on Northern Ireland and the loyalists there? Again, political stuff. I won't discuss it too much. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I've never really thought about it. I can sort of understand their mentality for it. You know what I mean? I've read about stuff about Michael Stone. Is it very interesting character he is? You know, a lot of fucking balls on him as well. Sometimes, you know, sometimes wonder if he's completely mad. You know what I mean? It made me wonder that last thing he did at Stormont, where he was just trying to get himself put in prison for the rest of his life. You You know what I mean? But, that's the kind of thing I'd probably do. I'd have to do a full video on, mate. But yeah, see, the only things I really know is obviously IRA attacks from the years, and stuff. I used to like watching a lot of SAS documentaries, and that would discuss the troubles and that. That was interesting stuff. But other than that, I don't really know a lot about it. Greg, so I was going to ask, what are you drinking? And within a second you answered me. That's weird how that happens. You can just be. That happens when I'm watching people. I'm just thinking something, and then yeah, black coffee. Getting a dry mouth now. Last time I did one of these streams, I did it for 2 hours, and afterwards I actually felt ill. I had an extremely sore throat, barely talk, and it seems to knacker you out somehow. Bizarre. Peach Nater, what's your favourite kind of melee weapon? What? I don't know. I've always liked the knuckle duster. You lot know that. My logo's a knuckle duster. You know what I mean? But thing of a knuckle duster, you've got to be close up, and they're not as good as people think they are. People seem to think a knuckle duster is like a wonder weapon in a fight. You know what I mean? You still got to get close enough to hit them, and it's only really protecting your hand. It just means you can punch for longer and harder. And if you've got spikes, it can hurt them. But I always do like a truncheon. Do like a nice truncheon. Nice lead-weight truncheon. Nice lead-weight truncheon, give you a bit of reach. That's one I made myself. That is actually, if you watch my tutorial on how to make them, that is the actual one. That's got a big lump of lead in it, about that long. It's got a lot of weight. Yeah. Good old truncheon. Gives you a bit of reach to, head clobbering. Right. Milbro have started, TM800, Milbro started making air rifles again. Well, SMK. But the new Tracker Hunter looks nice. I'll look that one up in a minute, mate. I've not looked at a lot of new air rifles and that because I've never got the money. A lot of new stuff. People mention new guns and knives, but because I can't afford to buy them, I don't look at them. It's too much like teasing. Do you know what I mean? But that'll come up in a minute. Simon Jones, do you consider yourself a prepper? Could you survive a nuclear winter? I'm not a traditional prepper. I don't know if you know this, but Malcolm, my twin brother, went on a preppers program, and I got asked to go on that as well. It was the UK preppers one, whatever. I was asked to go on that, but I didn't want to. Partly because I just before that happened, I had a really, really bad ear infection. It made me like virtually deaf for a couple of years. It made everything really annoying. I didn't want to keep having to talk to people and keep asking them what they're saying. So I didn't have a hearing aid at that point. Funny, my ears are right now. But so they must have assumed I was a prepper. But I sort of do prep. I'm not a full-on prepper, but I have a bug-out bag. In fact, I have multiple bug-out bags. I'm going to start doing some stash caches soon. I just need to bury them. So yeah, I'm a sort of, not a full-on prepper, but definitely sort of am a prepper. Yeah, I'd like to be prepared, but some of the things I'm prepping for are completely different to what people prep for, I prep for a couple of different reasons, not just like nuclear winter type stuff, Bullfrog 79 said shovel or trenching tool for melee weapon. Oh yeah. I don't know, mate. I know them shovels though, because they would hit like an axe, wouldn't they? Probably a shovel, I reckon. But yeah, very good. James Drennan, do the video, please. I'll do the video. Yeah, I'll write that down, mate. I have a pen and paper here, but I'd be better off doing like a full-on video for something like that, A lot of it is quite hard to do it off the top of your head, you know, if you haven't been thinking about it recently, you know. Gordon Thornton, what's the laws on samurai swords? Bizarrely, I was discussing this with Malcolm about an hour ago and how confusing it is. Because if you look on the list of banned weapons, whatever, all it says is swords. It says swords. And then it says swords with a 50 centimetre blade or longer that's curved. So does that mean that is illegal to buy or whatever, and that isn't, because it's straight? So I don't actually know. And up the top there, I've got like a antique one that's curved and over 50 centimetres. So that is legal then. And then you get this stuff about handmade samurai swords can be imported. So I find it very confusing, and I can't work it out what it means. I'm sure they deliberately do some of our laws deliberately confusing, so you can't work it out. But yeah, it just says swords. So does that mean all swords are really illegal? You know, but they're not, because you can, you know, people buy cold steel swords all the time. Yeah. Oh yeah. Weapons and stuff not free. I'll read his now. It's a bit later on. He said, weirdly, sabres are not classed under that despite being long and curved. Yeah, it's so confusing. It makes no sense. Is that because a sabre is classed different to a sword then? You know. Very confusing. Right, I'm just going to go back a couple because I missed a couple. Weapons and stuff not free. I've got a cold at the moment, so I'm not feeling all that great. But yeah, live streams are a bit exhausting. Reading and answering everything puts you in a hot seat. Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah, my throat last time, I actually thought I had a cold afterwards. It was not so bad. T800 said, how is melee pronounced? I say it melee. I think I say melee. Melee. That's how I would naturally say it. Melee. Melee weapon. I don't know if I'm right. I'm notorious for saying things wrong. I spent a whole video with talking about the camera that I'm doing it on, calling it the View camera, and it wasn't until about a year later I realised it was supposed to be pronounced View camera. So don't ask me about pronunciations. Lap bricks, M1 Garand or carbine? Oh, don't know. Possibly carbine. Peach, did you get the lead for that club off a neighbour's roof? Haha, I'm joking. No, it wasn't my neighbour's, it was local church roof. Nah, not really. I think it was roofing lead though that I used. Captain 5214, prep for civil unrest. Yeah, civil unrest. Civil unrest, and you know, there could be personal things that happen to you that only you have to bug out. You know what I mean? May not be that everyone's bugging out. You may have a situation happen to you that you may have to bug out on your own. You know, quite a few different reasons I sort of prep. You know, but you know, as long as you're prepping for any prepping covers anything anyway. But if you ever look at I've got a video that's called something like bug out bag, not coming home bag. It's like got 4 different titles to it, if you know what I mean, because I can never decide what to call the bag, because my bug out bag is more of a not coming home bag. Yeah, it's so I could leave and not come back if I had to. Simon Jones, your thoughts on Kubatons? Yeah, I don't mind them. I've never used one. I don't carry one, only because I think it's a bit risky carrying Kubatons, because I know from experience, my female cousin of mine, I told her not to. I said, don't carry a Kubaton. If you're going to carry something like that, carry a tactical pen. But she was carrying a Kubaton and was stopped by a policeman, and he had a right go at her, she said, and took it off her. But weirdly enough, she'd been carrying it all around America with her when she got back over here. Yeah. Policeman stopped her, had a go at her. And weapons stuff 93, weirdly, sabres are not classed under that. I've read that, yeah. James Dunham, what do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking? At the minute, I don't do anything, mate. I did do So the last job I did was doing hardwood floors. And then I worked a couple of years doing landscape gardening and that with my dad. I've done a bit of cleaning, loads of weird old shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, at the minute I'm not doing anything. Sort of live in a situation where I don't need to. Never got any money though. But I don't need to, and it's easier for me not to work, you know. But yeah, no, I don't do anything at the minute. T800, hey Liam, who made your sword? I'm looking into buying a 1400 longsword. Weapons on 93. I think the laws were knee-jerk ones because some chavs stabbed each other, so the politicians had to make it sound like they were doing something. Yeah, I can actually remember when they bought the samurai saw law. He said law then. Samurai saw laws. I remember them bringing that in, and I remember them doing the thing about that people started selling them again as long as they was hand forged or whatever, you know, and then you could suddenly get hand forged samurai swords for like 50 quid. In fact, it was good because it meant in the old days all the hand forged ones was cost a fortune. Then you could suddenly get hand forged ones for like 50 quid. And in a way, it's putting better swords in people's hands, you know. So it's stupid law, really. Preach, Nate, stabbing people with kitchen knives and wall hangers. Yeah, exactly. You know, that's what they're using. It's not, you know, all the stuff that they've stopped you having. Bristol, if you're a debt collector, what would be your favourite weapon would you take to help persuade to pay up? Well, if it was in a country where you're allowed to carry a weapon, probably a knuckle duster. But yeah, I couldn't ever do that kind of job. I don't know why anyone would want to after time, you know what I mean? No offence to anyone here if they are, but because you're looked at really badly, you know what I mean? You know, someone's got to do it, and I know a lot of the time when you are collecting debts, it is genuinely because people have just ignored constant, you know. When it gets down to bailiffs and that, it's gone through a hell of a lot of stuff. It's not just they've been sent round there, you know. That bricks. Do you know what InfoWars is? No, I don't, mate. I've heard of it, but I've never looked into it. I know what it is. Peach Night. Tactical pens are really good. Yes, they are. I highly rate them. I've always got that one. It's a stainless steel one. Real good weight. Simon Jones, do you lift weights? No, I used to. And then I just got lazy and I can't be bothered anymore. You know what I mean? It's too much like hard work for me now. Plus, I get a bad shoulder all the time now. But I used to. Weapon Stuff 93, T800. My arming sword is made by Hanway. My falchion was custom made by Heron Armory. Depends on how much you want to spend, really. The Hanway ones are very good swords for 100 to 200 quid. Bob, the metal guy's on. He said, hey, Mike, joined you soon after I walked back from the market. Nice one, Bob. Just join in, mate. I liked your bug out trantings you made recently. That was good, they was. 800. Thank you all. I'll have a look. Looking to pay 200 quid. Greg said, any other hobbies? No, I don't know. The three main things I like to do are all of the YouTube stuff, and that involves the making of the stuff like crossbows and that. Going in the shed making stuff. Making the videos. I also like watching films. I know that sounds like weird, is that hobby? But yeah, try to watch a film about every other night, and I did collect loads of DVDs. At one point in my life, when I was working, probably used to buy 100 quid's worth of DVDs a week, and I used to get a good deal off our local video shop, and he would get me them without even charging me any extra. So I would just give him a big list of DVDs because it was easier for him to get them, because this was just before. Well, maybe we didn't have the internet then. I don't know. So I used to get Asda's and buy them as well. But anyway, I'd give him a big list, and then at the end of the week, my mum would bring back this great big cardboard box full of DVDs. Yeah. Oh, and then the third one is darts. Love darts. Play darts every single day. Yeah, do like darts. T800. I don't have a tack pen, but stainless steel Parker pen. Yeah, that's good. Dwayne Myers has spoke about those, I think. Fisher Space Pens, is it? They're like stainless steel ones, but yeah, they're really good. They are. But this one, it's a beast. When you go to break glass with it, you barely have to hit it. Captain Bogrel, I got a parking ticket once. I had to pay for the parking, but I didn't display it as I was in a rush. I posted it to them to prove I had bought it though, and they threatened to send collectors. Yeah, stuff like that takes the piss. Went to the local paper and they backed off. Yeah, and that's the right thing to do. Lap bricks. Where did you get that tax pen? GearBest. I was getting stuff sent from GearBest. I've got a video on it if you want, and if you use my links, I get a discount. If you use my links, I get a bit of what you spend. You can support the channel then. But yeah, GearBest. I think it was only like £8, something like that. Where am I? Weapons and Stuff 93. Captain, I got a bus lane fine from Plymouth Council because I drove down a regular road that they converted into a bus gate. There's a lot of bus lane entrapment now. Easy money for councils. Yeah. Peach said Heine.com is good for tactical pens. SRS power. All right, Sam. Do you like to have a beer or two? Your brother said he's teetotal. Yeah, I do. I'm trying to cut down a bit now though, because me and him are alcoholics basically. I try to decide whether to say recovering alcoholic. Well, Malcolm's a recovering alcoholic. I suppose I am too. But I've cut down a lot. But I have a habit of binge drinking when I do drink, and I drink way too much when I do. So I try to only drink like once a month now because I get like 3-day hangovers sometimes. But yeah, I'll be honest with you, mate, I'll drink anything. But I do like lagers and beers in general. Don't mind a bit of gin, a bit of vodka. And just recently, because my friend's been giving me it, I started getting into a bit of whiskey. But yeah, my problem is once I start drinking, I can't stop until I'm like unconscious almost. So, all right, where am I? Black Brick think Mike gets his from GearBest. Yeah, I get all my tactical pens I got from GearBest. Captain Bogrel. Yeah, they take the mick at any opportunity. You've got to stand up for yourself. Yeah. Things like citizen advice and all that, like going to the paper, that's a good idea. Soon makes them back off. Greg said, gotta go. See you later, mate. T800 GearBest is great. Had a lot of knives off there. Yeah, I like them. Some people have bad experiences from them, but mine's always been good personally. SRS Power said I love beer. Yeah, I do like a drink. Yeah, but I drink too much now. When I do drink, but I do actually try not to now. But one good thing is I don't get into any trouble anymore when I drink. I used to always get into trouble all of the time if I drank too much. And I used to drink too much every single time. But yeah, I can have a good drink now. And when it gets to like, well, it all depends. So sometimes we'll start drinking at 8 o'clock and still be drinking 4 in the morning. Because we go in the old summer house thing. And then I tend to come indoors, have something to eat, and then listen to music for a couple of hours. That's all I do now. And then we play darts all night, you know. Black Bricks, have you and Liam ever met? No, but if we ever have the opportunity, I gladly would. Peach said, weapon and stuff, I saw your video on that bus lane fine. Captain said, non-drinker here. I actually gave up drinking for 6 years, maybe more. Yeah, I think it was 6 years. It was from 2000, yeah, probably was from about 2001 to about, 2006, 2007. And then what started me off drinking again was we'd go to parties. I stopped going to any parties, even family parties. And then I'd go to the family parties, and we started having the odd alcohol-free beers. And then that turned into, because they ran out of them, because there was about 5 of us who didn't drink. We used to drink them completely out of like the caliber and that. And then we must have said, "Oh, we'll have a shandy then." No, like shandy. And then the shandies started turning into lager tots, and then the lager tots started turning into pints. Yeah, and then I started drinking again. Yeah. But I can sort of control it now. I can control it to the aspect of I can go a month without drinking. My problem is once I start drinking, I can't stop. So I either have to say no or drink myself and be committed to drinking all night, you know. Yeah, Captain 5214 said non-drinker here. Sometimes I wish I was, but yeah, I was going to say I sort of am, but I'm not, you know. Weird thing for me to say, really. Weapons of 93. There's an even worse one in London. One road entrance has no signs for it, but they're still fine you for it when you merge left with other traffic. Yeah, things like that take the piss. Pete said, "Do you own a push bike? I'm going to get back on mine." No, but I want to. I want to get a bike. I asked Malcolm the other day if he knew anyone who hadn't had one or if he had one. So I wouldn't mind getting a bike. Travel a bit further then than on foot, you know, and easier, quicker. Tier 100, out of all your pistols, which is the most powerful, which is the most accurate? So the most powerful, I've not got up there. I'll show you though. The most powerful is the Crossman 2240, which is something like 5 foot-pounds, 6 foot-pounds. They say it's 6 foot-pounds, but I don't know if it actually is. That's my most powerful one. And if I can find it, somewhere down here with my air rifles. Here it is. This is probably my most accurate one. And probably the most fun to shoot. Love this gun though. I used to hate it for some reason. This one, which is a Gammo, can't remember the model, an underlever 177 pistol. That I absolutely love now, and it's good, accurate gun. Shoot it all day long because it's spring. Because what it was my favourite gun was always the Crossman 2240 until I became skint and then couldn't afford to buy CO2. Then I suddenly realised, well, I can't shoot it, you know. And that was that. But yeah. But this, because it's spring powered, I can shoot it all day long. I'd gone offline for a second then. Where was I? Captain 5214 said, "Fit nut though." Yeah, I used to do a bit of that kind of stuff, but not anymore. But I'm actually planning on getting back into a bit of it. Not weightlifting though, but a bit of sort of more exercise-based stuff. Get a bit fitter. You know what I mean? This is good for your health, isn't it? You know what I mean? Weapons Stuff 93. Do you watch any of those Ghost Hunter or mystery programs? Those are quite fun sometimes. I haven't for a while, but yeah, they're quite sort of odd, aren't they? Sort of thing, you know. But we live reasonably close to West Wickham Caves, and they did it in there. The one with that Fielding and that. What's that, Most Haunted? And that's quite interesting. I find it more. You can watch it like in a funny way, you know, waiting for someone to secretly chuck the stone behind their back. Do you know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Yeah, well, I don't watch them regularly or anything, but occasionally I'll stick them on. Tier 100 said, "Yeah, I want the Hatsan Mod 25 Supercharger." I'll look that up. Oh yeah, I'd look that. Yeah, I don't know if that was you who mentioned that before. I did look that up, and I'd love one of them. And they're not that expensive, are they? I think they're only like 120 quid in now, something. That's that for that kind of for a. Because that's on the legal limit, isn't it? So any break barrel legal limit pistol, I'd spend 120 quid on any day. You know, just getting that kind of money. Simon said, just got in. You all right, mate? What did I miss? All right. What you missed? Oh, I don't know. Goes in one ear, out the other one. And I'm talking just the usual old stuff, really. You know what I mean? Not a lot. You know, I'll still be on for about another hour if I can talk for that long. Weapon Stuff 93 on horror films. Do you have any good recommendations for cheesy, crappy films? Right, weirdly enough, before I started this stream, I was going to get some down and keep them next to me in case that came up. You know, so I like to have, when it gets a bit quiet, I like to have something to fall back on, sort of thing. You know what I mean? I do love Bad Taste, Brain Dead, and have you ever seen Meet the Feebles? If you like Brain Dead and Bad Taste, Meet the Feebles, which was Peter Jackson's, possibly may have been the film before Brain Dead, The Puppets. That's really good. But up there behind this is all of those sort of films, my funny sort of crappy but good, you know, films. I'll get some down eventually during this. Captain said, got any Benjamin pallet rifles? No, I haven't, mate. All of the rifles I've got are BSA. They're just, yeah, you can actually see them, yeah. BSA, Webley, Gammo, SNK, Slavia, I think. Griffin one. But no Benjamin. I haven't got any Benjamin then. I was trying to think of Malcad. Blackbrick said, lol. Simon said, Dale and Tucker versus Evil is a good cheesy movie. Yeah, I saw that around my cousin's house, and we didn't know what to expect from it. It was actually really good. I quite enjoyed that. It's a good concept. I don't know if this will spoil it, but for those who haven't seen it, the concept of it is they aren't doing anything, are they? But these people think that the two hillbilly blokes are like the killers, and all of the time they're trying to stop these people dying, and everything they do sort of causes the deaths of people, or you know, or the people cause their own deaths while they're trying to save them. Quite a good, amusing concept. It's a bit different to normal. Just trying to decide whether to get up there and get some films done. Oh, I'll tell you another one, Liam, that I really love. One of my all-time favourite films, The Revenge of Billy the Kid. We'll get some down. Oh, just be off camera for a second, then amuse yourselves. If you hear like a big fart, that's because I've fallen off my chair. Hang on, I'll be back in a minute. I'm standing on a swivel chair. Right, everything's still on. Right, just getting some more. Oh, that'll do for now, I reckon. These are some of my all-time favourite films I've got here. But yeah, if you've never seen this is well worth watching. Probably as good as Bad Taste and Brain Dead. It's English. Yeah, The Revenge of Billy the Kid. Proper good horror comedy, that. Right, so I've missed a couple again. Weapons and stuff. I've really been enjoying shooting the BSA Gamma Hornet again, just plinking targets with the iron sights in the garden. Yeah, it's funny how enjoyable that can be, and you forget it. You know, I hadn't shot any of my guns for ages, and then when I did the shooting competition, it reminded me how much I like shooting. Captain said, "Chow time. Enjoy your chat, sir. Be safe. Thank you for joining in, mate. Appreciate that. Enjoy your dinner." T800 over cheap horror called Slashers. It was well worth the £1. I don't think I've heard of that one. If it's a new one, I might have missed it. I actually remember my very first DVD I ever bought, and I bought it from a car boot sale. It was in the days when the PS2s were still out, and the PS2 had a DVD player in it. And the very first DVD I ever bought was Basket Case 3. And when I bought it, from like I said, from a car boot sale, I expected it not to work. I thought it'd be like you buy videos and DVDs from car boots. It's always half the time it's a bloody copy of it, but no, it's a proper DVD. Yeah, so that was the first DVD I ever bought. Basket Case. Yeah, Brain Dead is brilliant. Yeah, I love it, mate. Or in America, you call it what do they call it in America? They don't call it Brain Dead. Dead Alive, I think you lot call it in America. That is an absolute classic, one of the best I've ever seen. I love it. Weapons and Stuff said, I'll have to check those out. I only seen Bad Taste, which was campy fun. Always find it weird. He went on to do Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it is bizarre. Yeah, that's Peter Jackson. Well, it says there, yeah. Brain Dead is better than Bad Taste for the production. It's brilliant. This is a brilliant film. I love it. Really gory. Yeah, and then Meet the Feebles I've only got on VHS. But it's like it's an adult version of the Muppets with sex and violence and drugs. Yeah, an adult version of the Muppets. Well worth watching, that is. Weapon Stuff. Yeah, saw that you recommended it ages ago. The weird one with the goat sheep shag or whatever it was. Yeah, that's the yeah, that is that one. Yeah, that's really good. T800, hey Liam, you've seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Yeah, that's really good. I like that. This is quite good. I don't know how many people have seen this. Undead. Similar theme to the others, but a not very known one. And there's the old classic, Bad Taste. I've probably watched that about 100 times in my life. Black Brick said, I like scary movies. So do I. Especially the early ones. Have you ever seen, if you like the scary movies, have you ever seen Don't Be a Menace in South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood? Which is the same blokes who did scary movies, but it's a piss take of the 90s black gangster films. You know what I mean? Weapon Stuff 93 said, you just reminded me of all those anthology horror films. Amicus, it was similar to horror, did a lot of those ones. Yeah, I may have a couple of them. I was trying to... Some of my DVDs I've not been able to put back on shelves because I used to have shelves all along here and up there. So some of my DVDs I can't get out at the minute, but I was going to see if I had a couple of those up there. T800, I remember my first DVD player when they came out. It was like 250 quid and like 40 for the films. Yeah, my first DVD player, I've still got it, and it was quite expensive. It was like that kind of price, maybe more. Sony, it still works now. That must be like 15 years old. Played thousands of DVDs on it. Yeah. Simon said The Reanimator is a good cheesy film. Yes, I do like them. You lot have sort of got my my taste in films. Blades and Military UK said, "Hi guys, here a weird German film to watch. The Human Centipede. Human Centipede, bizarre but interesting, funny." Yeah, I've seen all three of them, mate. They get a bit sort of worse and worse as they go along, don't they? I think my favourite one of them was the second one. I think the second one's actually set in England, isn't it? But the first one, yeah. And the second one's weird because he's like watching the film of the first one. Yeah, but I like them. They're not my favourite films, but they're interesting and worth watching just for the sake of watching them. Day Under the Reanimator was great. Yeah, I really like them. I like what's his name? Is it Herbert West? I think it's Herbert West, isn't it? I'm just gonna look it up. But yeah, I really like him because of Herbert West. It sounds a bit weird because I don't normally like people like this, but I like his arrogance in it because he knows how good he is. He knows he's really good at what he does. And he's sometimes a bit arrogant with it, but I like the way he is. Yeah, mate, who plays him is a good actor. Prep for it said hello. You all right, mate? Any been watching? Hang on, I've skipped it now. Bit behind. Lost it now. Right, Any been watching your channel a couple of years? Just bought my first crossbow a month ago. Barnet Terrain Compound. Going hunting with it this fall. Liked your video on the penetration test. Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, I'm glad people like that because I find those penetration test videos quite interesting, fun to make as well. I'm going to try and get some more heads. I'm going to get some more body armor soon. Do some different tests, and eventually I want to get some. Not I can't talk now. The ballistic gel stuff, but I may make my own stuff similar to it to do some tests with that. Or some meat, actually. That's the way to go. Simon said, yeah, Don't Be a Menace is brilliant. Yeah, that's a good one. A lot of people haven't seen that. I quite like that. Weapon Stuff 93 said, no, I haven't seen Killer Clowns. Yeah, that's on the same vein as like Bad Taste, Brain Dead and all that. They're supposed to be doing a sequel to it, possibly. Or maybe a remake. But the remake was going to have the same actors in. I know of it, and the Candy Floss would have to get around to watching it. Yeah, oh, we know, yeah. I like the 50s and 60s sort of really campy sci-fi horror stuff. Prep for it. Very cool movies. Black Bricks. Haven't watched that one. I'll check it out. K800. Have you seen The Burning? No, I've not. But that's one of the films I want to see. I've never got around to watching that yet. Bob the Metal Guy. I enjoy the movies. The Thing. Like no other way out. Fight to Death. Yeah. Oh, I love The Thing. That is one of my favourite films. Bob Growl. Never had a DVD player since I got a PS2 years ago. And now I have a PS4, so I don't need a Blu-ray player. Yeah, exactly. Dear 100 Liam, Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, that's a good one. Sony used the PS2 as the flagship DVD player, just as they did with the PS3 for Blu-ray. My first DVD player was the PlayStation 2 for that reason. Much better value to get a console that can play films. Yeah, exactly. Jacob Taylor, what about Shaun of the Dead, mate? Yep. I'm a massive fan of zombie films. And up there, I've got a whole shelf of all the classic zombie films. Yeah, I love Shaun of the Dead. It's brilliant. Weapon and Stuff. Read any H.P. Lovecraft books based off of my... No, I haven't, mate. But that is something I would be interested in doing. And I did know that. But no, I've never read any of the H.P. Lovecraft books. Mia Davis. What about Night of the Living Dead? Yeah, love it. I've got all of them. I quite like the remake of that. I don't know about you. The original is the ultimate classic zombie film. You know, spawned the whole genre. But I liked the remake as well. Weapons and Stuff said, if you like Stephen King, you'd probably love you probably like Lovecraft. Yeah, I also know that that's one of his influences, isn't it? Demon King says one of his bigger influences, H.P. Lovecraft. T800. What about HPS From Beyond with the same guy? And yeah, no, yeah. I've seen. There's two. There's From Beyond. Yeah, there's From Beyond and The Beyond. Two different films, but I've seen both of them. They're good. Pete said, yeah, use meat, then you can wash it and eat it after. Yeah, exactly. It's all stuff I want to do. It's just getting around to doing it. But now I've got the Patreon, I can do most of the things I always plan to do now. You know. Yeah, eventually I'll get a big old bit of meat. And we'll do some of the tests on that. Prep for it. I have been an extra in a lot of films shot here in Hamilton and Toronto. My favourite, you can see me in Survival of the Dead. Ah, nice. I don't know if that may be one of the ones I haven't got on DVD, but I have seen that. Yeah, nice. You'll have to tell us what time it is in it, if you know. And I really love getting smoked and watching the old Red Dwarfs. Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but I love Red Dwarf. I've got all of the DVDs right up to the current series. I've got some of the books. I used to have a Red Dwarf t-shirt. I used to wear in my videos. Yeah, I love Red Dwarf. Proper classic, that is. And it's great to see it still on. Black Brit, what does campy mean? Sort of, how do you describe campy? Sort of fun, not too serious, you know. Campy is, yeah, it's sort of jokey, fun. Doesn't take itself serious, yeah. That's what you describe as a campy horror. Sort of, a bit sort of piss-taking, funny, you know. Bit, you know, like a horror comedy. Alright. Annie, and do you watch The Walking Dead? No, only because I never had the channel to watch it. I just get the normal Freeview and that, the terrestrial TV. But that's something I want to watch. So no spoilers, because I've managed to avoid all spoilers so far. The only thing is I do know, obviously, who's still alive, because I've seen pictures. So if there's bits in series 1 or 2 or 3 where it looks like someone's going to die, I'm going to know they don't die because I've seen pictures of them in the latest series. You know. Weapons Stuff 93. Yeah, the remake is one of the few good remakes. Yeah, you're right. A lot of times I hate remakes, but that's one of the rare ones that is good. T800, I love Red Dwarf. The Polymorph episode is the best. Yeah, that's good. I like the one when they're on the prison ship, whatever it is, or wherever, and the laws are sort of backwards. So if you stab someone, you feel the pain from it. That was a brilliant one. That was. If you hit someone over the head, you get knocked out. T800, I prefer the Return of the Living Dead. Again, I got them up there, and I like them a lot. They're what you'd call campy horrors. Real good fun. Yeah, I do like them. I think there's only one of them I haven't seen. It's one of the really new ones. Like Return of the Living Dead 5, possibly. But on DVD, I've got 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I'm sure there was some like really new ones. But by the time they got to them, they weren't quite as good. Simon said, yeah, big fan of Red Dwarf. Big fan, yeah, still going. I'm so glad that's still going, personally. Weapons Off said, a guy I work with at Blue Cross keeps telling me to watch Red Dwarf. We need to... Oh, you never seen any Red Dwarf? Oh, I love it, mate. It's quite a lot different now to how it was originally. And purely because it's been on for 30 years with a 10-year break or whatever. But oh, I love it. It's good. It's got a lot of good concepts in it because it's sci-fi with time travel and stuff like that, and good comedy. Yeah. Black Brick said, okay, thanks. 200. Yeah, let's get out there and twat it. Yeah, that's the t-shirt I had. Any watch Red Dwarf, Porridge, Red Dwarf, and Only Fools and Horses. Yeah, that's Jacob Taylor. Porridge, Red Dwarf, and Only Fools and Horses. Best TV going. Saying about Porridge and Red Dwarf, originally I've heard that they wanted Ronnie Barker to be in Red Dwarf originally and have it similar to Porridge in Space sort of thing. I don't think it would have been as good, but Simon said, yeah, watch Red Dwarf, it's worth a watch. Annie said you can watch it on Redbox, Megabox HD for Android. I'll probably buy them on DVD eventually, the Walking Deads. Captain Bogwell, problem with The Walking Dead, it keeps on going and going and going. I hope it ends within a couple of seasons. Yeah, that's the only thing. When they go on for long, I tell you, the last couple of series I watched that I absolutely loved. One of them was Lost. Absolutely loved Lost. But that started to drag on a bit. Breaking Bad was good. Bringing Back Twin Peaks was good. I love Twin Peaks. What else was there? But I don't watch a lot of the American ones just because of how long they are. And it's a lot to watch if you're watching them back to back, because sometimes they're an hour-long episodes, 24 episodes. And then when you put that to like an English series that's 6 half-an-hour episodes, you know. T. Andrew said, I like Some Mothers Do Have Them. So do I. I like that. I think that's an absolute classic. And I love that Michael Crawford does his own stunts. Some of them stunts are quite mad, you know, very dangerous. Right, getting a bit behind again. Hang on. Prep for it. Red Dwarf was the first to me I heard about Vindaloo and Snaghead, yeah. Megabox HD, Showbox, all good apps for Android. I think I'd be able to get them somewhere. Simon said, my mate is a security guard and a doorman. Craig Charles was playing in a club in Derby that he was watching. He got to meet him, and he only knows him from Corrie, the lucky cunt. Yeah, isn't that weird that, you know, that you'd only know him from Corrie? Because you'd have a completely different opinion on him, or from his music. Because I follow Craig Charles on Twitter, and he does his old funk and soul music, doesn't he, or something, as a DJ. Quite weird. Herman said, and he sent me pictures. Nice. Weapon stuff regarding actors that weren't nearly in other things. Vincent Price was nearly the criminologist in Rocky Horror, but he was committed to another film at the time. Yeah, that when you hear about these things, it's quite bizarre how weird it would be. You know what I mean? Craig Charles was great in Corrie. To be honest, I never watched it, mate. I never watch any of the soaps. The closest thing you'll get to a soap that I watch, when it is a soap, is sometimes put Hollyoaks on while I'm playing darts. That normally when I play darts, that's the time, and that's the only thing I just whack that on, have it on in the background. Captain Bogwell, Prison Break started to drag, but it was worth it in the end. Definitely worth watching. Yeah, that I've never seen, but I'll tell you what I used to like a lot. Oz. Got quite a few. I've never got all of the DVDs yet, but I've got Oz was good. Here under Dexter is the only series I've watched. I recommend it. Never seen that. Liam said Deadwood is my favourite of the big budget TV shows. That's another one I've not seen but want to. Shame HBO cancelled it midway through. They're on about doing a film to conclude it with a lot of the actors like Powers Booth Deadner. Yeah, that's really annoying and sad when that happened. That's why I was so glad about them bringing back Twin Peaks and finishing it. He was in Robot Wars as well. Yeah, Craig Charles. Yeah, I liked him in that. He was good in that. Yeah, Pete, he was in Robot Wars, yeah. Jacob Taylor. Have you ever watched Boardwalk Empire? It's probably good. No, that's another one I've not watched, but I would watch. There's loads of things I would watch and want to watch, but sort of getting the time to watch it. So most of them I plan to get on DVD eventually and try to avoid spoilers. But yeah, that is something I do want to watch. Simon says, yeah, he got pissed out of his head and passed out in the VIP room. Classic Lister, yeah. This is the funny thing. You know, in Red Dwarf, you probably might know this, he's always drinking the lager of beers. He said he hates it in real life. I think he prefers to drink vodka, Craig Charles. But them beers, they're actually real beers, he said, I think. Tier 100, Michael Jackson was supposed to be the Goblin King in Labyrinth instead of Bowie. That would be weird. Blades and Military UK, Better Call Saul is a sequel to Breaking Bad about a dodgy lawyer. Yeah, I spoke to one of my friends about that who watched it, and I think I've got Series 1 downloaded. That I'll definitely watch. And I'm going to. Started rubbish, but I enjoy it now. But there are some funding issues, and the following season is seriously delayed. All right. J100 Westworld is good as well. Now that I've got the whole of Series 1 of that ready to watch, but I've not watched it yet. JF Vikings is good to watch. Another one, that's something. Now I nearly started watching that when it actually came on telly because it was on a normal channel I could actually watch. And then I missed the first episode and then never watched it. But again, I probably will. Weapons Archery, yeah, I have a Blu-ray box set of Boardwalk, True Detective Series 1. It's brilliant as well. Lots of Lovecraft influence in that. All right. Craig Charles was great in Robot Wars. Yeah, I preferred his. Because I forgot, just before Craig Charles was in it, I think Jeremy Clarkson did a series, didn't he? But I always liked it when Craig Charles was in it. Simon said he was drinking champagne and shit, apparently. And then Tier 100, did you watch Peaky Blinders? No, that's another one I would definitely watch. I have a habit now of not watching a lot of TV now because I'm always on here. Or, do you know what I mean? Right, I'm just going to run to the toilet quickly. Never read so quick in my life. I have to read these comments. Right, where was I? Annie, Lucifer is a good show as well. Yeah, weirdly enough, my nephew recommended that to me, and I told him I'd download it and never got round to. Yeah, Weapons of, yeah, Peaky Blinders is good, but again, it's getting a bit padded out so they can make many, more series. And Lethal Weapon. I didn't know what to think of the Lethal Weapon one. I suppose if you've watched it, you'd know. But the thing that sometimes puts me off with TV series as of films is obviously the changing of the actors. Because sometimes what a lot of these producers and all that don't realise is partly what makes them things successful, what does make them successful is the actors, isn't it? But if you reckon it's good, it probably is. I said I haven't watched it, so I don't know. Jacob Taylor, I watched the first Vikings with my younger brother. Got proper embarrassed when the blonde girl walked out. I've not seen that bit, so I don't know. Tier 100, yeah, that's the problem. They have to milk it, yeah. Simon, have you seen the Canadian TV show Trailer Park Boys? Yes, and I fucking love it. I've got the box set up there, all of them down, all of the rest of the stuff downloaded. The only stuff I haven't seen is some of the live stuff and the their Out of the Park series that I've heard are all right. But no, I love the Trailer Park Boys. Series 12 is coming on soon, isn't it? It may have started already. Yeah. Oh, I love the Trailer Park Boys. Pete said, bit random, but do you think weed should be legal in the UK? I don't really know, mate. My opinion on draw is no matter what you say, it is a drug. Like people say it's not a drug, It is a drug. It's a drug like paracetamol and that are drugs. You know what I mean? But as for making it legal, I've never really thought about it, but I don't think it's hard for me to say. I did actually talk about this once before, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not into it enough to say straight away. I don't think there's anything It shouldn't be a Class B drug anyway. If it is still B, it should be like a. It should either be C or just legalised, or I don't know though. That's a hard one for me to say off the top of my head, mate. JJ Survival's on my twin brother, Mount. If you don't know who JJ Survival is, he's my twin brother. He's just finished his. That's the thing he was on. We was on at the same time. I did go on his for a bit. Pretfrit said, not sure about timing number on Survival of the Dead, but I am on the trailer for it. I am zombie being led into a stable with a pole and a rope around my neck. Then I played one of the Flint. Oh, nice. Oh, that sounds really good. I wouldn't mind doing something like that, being an extra in summer. Simon said the new series is the 30th. And what, Trailer Park Boys? Ah, nice. Oh, it's the 30th, yeah. I've got tickets for the Trailer Park Boys live show in Manchester in September. Gonna get greasy. Yeah, nice. Yeah, they actually did it local once, and a couple of us were going to go, and then it just never happened. 800, they say weed's not addictive. I disagree. I smoke it. Yeah, I've smoked it for a couple of years ago. I wouldn't say I ever got addicted to it, but it definitely is addictive, and it definitely can do you psychological damage and make you paranoid, because it done it to me. It's not as harmless, definitely not as harmless as people make out it is. People make out it don't do anything to you, but it does. Simon said they sold out fast. That may have been why we didn't go in the end. It probably just sold out or something. But we wanted to. It was in our local sort of theatre thing. A couple of the other films I could recommend to you. These are 3 classics, and I've been watching the new series of one of these. Is the Evil Deads. So there's Evil Dead 1, and I've got the Book of the Dead one as well somewhere. Where it actually looks like the Book of the Dead. So Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, and then that Ash vs. the Evil Dead is brilliant. In fact, sometimes I think it's not better than the films, but it's certainly gore. Like some of that Ash vs. Evil Dead is gorier than the films, horrendously gory. Yeah, I highly recommend all of every single thing they have done with the Evil Dead. Weapons and stuff. Most things are okay in moderation, but when you lose control over how often you take it, that's when it becomes a real problem. Yeah, exactly. That is a good way to put it. And it is. It is with everything. Moderation. Do it in moderation. Even food. Do it in moderation. Right. Something's gone a bit weird on my thing. Strange. Oh, back now. So all my comments suddenly went highlighted. Right, where am I? Captain Bogrel, my mate is in uni, is addicted to it. I'd say that cannabis oil that helps with pains and stuff should be allowed to be given out by doctors, but just standard weed shouldn't be legalised. Yeah, that is something that I said, and I also thought, because I reckon a lot of people who smoke draw, who say they do it for medicinal reasons or self-medicate with it, if you could give them a tablet that did the exact same thing and didn't get them high, I bet they wouldn't take it. I don't think there's anything wrong with smoking it, but I don't think it's fair to claim it doesn't do anything bad, you know what I mean? Or to say it's not a drug, I don't think there's anything wrong with people smoking it, but, it can do things to you. Yeah, it's like a lot of people can drink and it never does anything to them. Blades and military's got to go. See you later, mate. Yeah. But, yeah. If you do things in moderation, you're on the right. But I've seen people who can't go out the house now because they're smoking too much draw. And it's not anything else, because that's all they've done. But they've been smoking skunk constantly, Simon said, Evil Dead is my favourite film. TV series is brilliant. It is, isn't it? I think I've just... Well, Ash vs. the Evil Dead Series 3, Episode 3 should be on tonight, shouldn't it, I think? Chasnator's on. Right, Chasnator. I don't think I've ever seen you on my one. Where are we? Weapons and stuff. CBD with no THC is already legal here. Means you can take it for medical reasons, but with none of the drug effects. Yeah, first time I ever heard of that was from you. And yeah, I bet a lot of people though wouldn't take that, because it don't get high. Bad military. Fear the Walking Dead was annoying for the first few seasons, but I stuck it out, and they have got their act together finally. And it has just caught up with Walking Dead as that starts to get boring. All right, yeah, I've heard of that, but never watched it. But what was I going to say? Z Nation, Z Nation. That looks all right. I've watched a bit of that. I know there's like a bloke in it who's half a zombie, he's like half zombie, half human. He's like could be the potential cure for everything, couldn't he? And he can communicate with zombies or something. I've watched bits of episodes of it, and he's like grey. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that they can't. Like they don't attack him because they think he's a zombie, but he's like human. But he's a zombie as well, sort of thing. Blades and military said he's got to go. I said see you later. Chasnator said hey. Peach, weapons and stuff. What are the effects of CBD for you? Painkiller or anything else? He'll answer that in a minute. Bogrel, you seen Logan Lucky? That's a fun heist movie that came out last year. No, I haven't, mate. Heard of it, but I've not. I'll put that on my list though. If anyone wanted to recommend me films that you think I'd like, tell me. I do like horrors. I love time travel films. But yeah, I love horrors. I'm not really into action films so much, but I do like a good horror. Sometimes a mystery. Yeah, time travel films. Yeah, if you wanted to recommend to me any, but I'll write that down, Logan Lucky, and I'll check that out. Here, 100, have you tried magic mushrooms? I've took a couple, not enough to actually get properly high off of it though. You've got to have quite a few, ain't you? 30 to 50, ain't you, or maybe more. I took about 4 of them, so it didn't really do anything. Jacob Taylor, Z Nation is good. It's not really serious like The Walking Dead. Yeah, I've watched bits of it. I thought it looked alright. Weapon and stuff. I take it because I have ulcerative colitis, so my insides bleed from a dodgy immune system. Works well in conjunction with prescription meds. Green tea is also good for UC. Nice. Yeah, I knew that's why you took it for that. But for the most part, it makes me slightly relaxed. But for the most part, you don't notice any effects. Pete said thanks. Weapons and stuff said, have you seen Hell House from the 70s? That's a good scary film. I had Pamela Franklin in. It was really hot. I'm not sure I have seen that, I'll have to check that one out. It said Alien is a good film. Yeah, I love all the aliens. I've seen all of them now. Like I watched the recent one. What's the recent one called? Oh, I can't bloody remember now. One Alien Covenant, was it? Was that the newest one? Yeah, seen them all anyway. I do love the Alien films. Oh, that's enough. I do like a good sci-fi as well. I've put Hell House on a list here, Liam. I'll look that up. Simon said, was it you or your brother who made the survival rifle years ago? I did the same to one of mine because of that. Yeah, Mark made the cut-off one, and I did one recently, which is just there. But mine's not cut down because, even though it's legal, if it's a certain length, people don't like looking at sawn off things, or what they think is sawn off things, Jacob Taylor, if anyone's interested in weed and that, there's this geezer called Joey Diaz does a podcast, and he's proper funny bloke. I'll have a look at that. Weapons and stuff. The Legend of Hell House is the full name. The book The book's name was Hell House, written by Richard Matheson, who wrote I'm Legend. Ah, right. Pete Snack said, yeah, Covenant, yeah. I quite like that one. I like all of them, but I like them two new ones. That was good. Weaponsod said, speaking of, have you seen the Legend films? I've seen the Will Smith one, but I've not seen the older ones, the ones you've mentioned before, yeah. Not seen the Vincent Price ones or the Charlton Heston one. Simon said, yeah, must have been Malk. It was years ago. Yeah, it was. Because when I did my one, he said to me that he would have been tempted to cut it down. But mine's got a full-length barrel on it. Full-length barrel, full stock. There's a video on that if you're interested in it. Oh, here's another film. These are good. If you've never seen these. Seen the House series. House, I think 4 is not very good, but House 1, 2, and 3 are good. House 3 is really good. It's got a good the killer in it. They're not really related. Like the story doesn't carry on, if you know what I mean. They're all just based. Well, apart from I think 1 and 4 are related. But yeah, House 3 is really good. The killer in that is deals people with a meat cleaver, great big massive meat cleaver, with blade like that big. And the premise of that is he gets caught. He's like a massive serial killer. Gets caught, and then they electrocute him on the electric chair, and then he sort of comes back. I won't say no more than that, but yeah. I wonder what the tagline for that is. It says, T800, what is the legal length? 12 inches? I'm not sure, mate. I can't remember now. I think overall it has to be 26 inches or something. He also said, is that an air sporter? No, but it looks very similar to it. It's a BSA Meteor. No, not Meteor, Mercury. It's a BSA Mercury. Captain Bogrel, The Witch is a great horror film. Yeah, I've watched that recently, and I was going to rewatch it. I like that a lot. It's got our Finchy from The Office, isn't it? If it's that one. Weapon stuff, is that the Japanese ones? We'll have to check those out. If you mean the House, no, they're American. But no, really good these are. I'm just going to try and find you the House 3 has got Lance Hendrickson in it. It says Detective Lucas McCarthy finally apprehends meat cleaver Max and watches the electric chair execution from the audience. Now Lucas's family is under attack, his sanity in question, and his house haunted. Yeah, good gory sort of horror that is. Yeah, no, they're American, mate. I do like the Japanese horrors. I've got quite a few of them as well. Tom said he had a screw-on stock or a fold-on one. Yeah, it was a screw-in stock, I think. Liam said to have heard of them. T800 Japanese horrors are way more scary than the West. Yeah, I've got quite a collection of J horrors up there. I can see them. I've got hard to see from here, but I've got a few. I can see the Eye, Premonition. But I did have a time where I was collecting Japanese horrors. Tale of Two Sisters was good. I remember watching that and thinking that scared me at the time. Like, quite, you know. Pete said the Halloween films are good. Yeah, I love the Halloween films. And then Weapons, I've said anything by John Carpenter is great. Yeah, he knows I like them. Also stuff like It Follows, which is heavily inspired by Carpenter. Yeah, I asked for It Follows for DVD for Christmas, so I'd seen it just before then. But yeah, I got if I like a film enough, I'll buy it on DVD just so I've got it, you know, and it gives the people who made it some money. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, I've got them. Yeah, no, I actually have now. No, I haven't. I was going to say I've got every single John Carpenter film you can get. Apart, there's a couple. I've never got the Elvis one, I don't think, because I wasn't really interested in it. And then maybe another one I haven't got. But no, I love John Carpenter films. Simon said, did you watch Tales from the Crypt back in the day? A little bit, yeah. I like I've watched Tales from the Crypt, Bordello of Blood. That was the film they made, wasn't it? That was all right. But I do like those kind of films. That's why someone asked me last time, but I never got round to it. No, or it was on Liam's one about Black Mirror. Black Mirror's like the modern equivalent, isn't it? You know, but with sort of technology based or social media based. But I love the Black Mirrors. Apparently it's the House film from 1977, which is a Japanese one. We'll check them out. They're a bit they're sort of campy horrors, campy, funny. They're all quite different. The third one is quite different to the first two. First one is about, I think he's a Vietnam vet, moves into a house that was his aunt's who killed herself in the house, and the house is haunted, and his son disappears in the house, and then it's him trying to get his son back. Second one is about another. They're all based in a haunted house sort of thing. That's the only thing that they're related to. Well, like I said, apart from the first and the fourth one. Second one is two blokes living in a house, and I think he brings his dead granddad back or something. That was a weird one. Good though. Tier 100 Japanese one, Missed Call, is awesome. Yeah, a lot of the remakes of them aren't very good. I prefer the originals, like, you know, Ring, The Grudge. What's the one? Dark Water, is it? Yeah, I've got some up there. What about Clive Barker? Yeah, Hellraisers. Right next to all these was the Hellraiser. I love the first two Hellraisers. Jacob Taylor, do you think that handguns should be banned here, or should they remove the ban? I personally think our laws are all right how they are. You ain't got a... Well, I don't know. If you could... I do think the lack of being able to get handguns easily does stop these mass shootings and that, you know. Because there are handguns you can get, aren't there? I've seen, what was his name? But there was someone, Guns UK, was it? I think his name was. He had a really nice black powder revolver that you could just load the cylinders up. You know, and I said to him, what's stopping you just loading up 10 of them, just having them in a belt? You know what I mean? JDR Survival said House 3 has a different name elsewhere. I think it's called The Horror Show. Yeah, it is, Matt. Or, yeah, it's either The Horror Show or House 3 The Horror Show, yeah. The throat's starting to go a bit now. I'm not going to go off at 10:30. Might carry on to 11 now, but I will have to go off at 11 though. Yeah, I think I'll go to 11 if people are interested. Black Brits, I'm back. Sorry I was gone. That's cool, mate. Tier 100, I think you need a license to own in your house, but not to carry. Yeah. Well, you wouldn't be able to do any carrying of guns over here. Would just sort of, you know, you can carry it to the, you know, no sort of carrying per se, is there, over here? Yeah, I would highly recommend the House films, Evil Dead films. Drink a bit of water, I think. Simon said, when are you streaming next? Well, I tried to leave it about a week before. I wouldn't normally do 2 in a row, but I might, not sure, in about a week, I reckon. But I might try and do like a regular one on a specific day every time, you know. May not do it Sunday night because all three of us all did it at the same time tonight. Liam was on tonight at the same time, and me and my twin brother Mark. And we get the same similar viewers. But I'm not 100% sure, but I reckon it'd be in about a week. Jacob Taylor always thought the only good bit of immigrating to America would be the lax gun laws. Well, in America, I think their laws are suited to where they are, sort of thing. But I also think our laws are suited to where we are. You know, I wouldn't want everyone having guns over here, but when you're in a culture where that's the norm and it's already being done, it's not so bad. You know, I think it'd be a shock over here if it suddenly, you know. Well, like someone said, I don't know who said it, but they said it'd probably be a civil war if you did that over here. You know what I mean? Dear 100, we should have the right to defend at all costs now. Yeah, that is something that we should have. You know, people feel that they can't do anything. Someone comes into your house, you feel like you can't do nothing because you're going to be the one who gets prosecuted for it. Weapons Half 93, have you seen Dark City? Yes, I have, mate. Yeah, I like that. I'm not sure if I got it on DVD though. I think I got it downloaded. But no, I have seen that a couple of times. Bit like the Matrix, but it came out first. Yeah, I have. You know what? I can't remember too much of it. But the bloke who stars in it, in a lot of things, is he? I don't think. Or if he is, I've not seen them. But no, I have seen Dark City, and I did like that. Captain Bograd, the new movie Annihilation is really good. Nobody has gone to watch it, but it's sort of thriller mystery. Oh, I've never heard of that. I'll tell you a good film I've watched recently. It's old. I've really enjoyed it, but didn't know if I would. Was that Edge of Tomorrow? Is that it with Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise? I think she could have starred in it on her own, but I've really enjoyed that. I didn't know what to expect from it, and then when it was like futuristic, like D-Day with aliens sort of thing for a bit, and sort of the time travel element, really enjoyed that. If that's what it's called, it is Edge of Tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah. Black bricks. I'm American. We judge our gun laws on how scary guns are. Kind of ridiculous. Yeah, that is bizarre, isn't it? Tom said, have you seen Cabin in the Woods? Yeah, that's good. I've got that on DVD. It's up there somewhere. That's better the second time you watch it, I think, as well. Weapons Off said, he's the SS officer in The Man in the High Castle. That's the only other thing I really know him from. Yeah, I don't think he's been either. He's one of them who's some actors just aren't in a lot of things, or he's just not been in stuff I've seen. A good actor though, and you know, like him. Jacob Taylor, Lap Bricks, yeah, mate. Some of the shit the anti-gun people come out with over there is bollocks. Captain Boggle, yeah, Edge of Tomorrow impressed me. Didn't know what to expect from it, really. Yeah, I thought, well, I didn't know what to think, and I sort of hummed and hawed about it for ages. And then when I watched it, I loved it. I thought it was really good. Tier 100, did you like The Running Man? Yes, that's one of my favourite films. That's up there. Fap Tap Fap said something, but I can't read it. Weapons Off 93, I think he mainly played in Jane Austen type things. I don't really watch this. No, I think you're right there. He would probably, you could see him as that kind of character as well. Lap Bricks, agreed, Jacob. Yeah, Liam was saying the other day about the AR-15 and the media over in America thinking that means assault rifle. You know, fucking ridiculous. Still got a bit of coffee left. JDR Survival. I'm going to read The Running Man soon. Got the book here waiting. No spoilers for The Running Man book if anyone's read it. I spoiled it for myself because I read the Wikipedia of it, but Sounds good. I'll still read it. Liam, have you ever read any of the Richard Bachman books? Weapons of holes. It's funny how stupid with gun things, how wood furniture on the same guns make them not scary. Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? Simon said, do you like Mad Max? I think the new one beats the old ones, but the story's not as good. Hang on, mate. I'll just show you something. Got that for Christmas. Yeah, I do like the Mad Maxes. Again, that was one of the ones with the new one. I wasn't sure what to think of it. I like Tom Hardy, and obviously Mel Gibson getting on a bit. But yeah, I did like his Mad Max was good. I did like it, and it was as good as the others. Weapon stuff, like how the Mini 14 is considered okay, but the AR-15, both 5.56 semi-auto rifles. Yeah, exactly. It's all hysteria and sort of bollocks, isn't it? Black bricks, we have people who don't understand that semi-automatic is semi-automatic, and looks can't change that. Agreed, Liam. Weapon stuff 93. Stephen King pseudonym. Think I read a short story book of his. Yeah, I don't know if I've read any of the I don't think I've read any Richard Bachman ones that I'm aware of. But I know you've read a couple of the Stephen Kings. I know you, like you said the other day, you've read all the Dark Towers. Didn't know if you'd read any of the others or them. Mad Max originals are great, Matt said. Yeah, and the second one, I don't know about the first one. I think it was a bit bizarrely, bit campy, you know, with the chaps with his arse hanging out, I think. And then I said I had an idea for a while. I wanted to make Mad Max metal targets, the skull with fire steering wheel. Yeah, that'd be good. From stuff I don't like 3, but 1 and 2 are amazing. Yeah. Forgot about 3 for a second then. Yeah, this was the 4th one, isn't it? Yeah, got that for Christmas. Right. That bricked a fully semi-auto rifle. McMank, right, mate, can you show me the coolest way to open a bottle? Only on video. I ain't got the bottle opener on me at the minute. Black bricks, ever read any Tom Clancy? No, I've not. Weapon stuff. One is a bit weird as it's set before the fall of everything. Most people think it's after the next. Yeah, I like how that is set like that. Tier 100. I think the PP SH41 is more scary than the AR. Black bricks, yeah, Jacob. Or the 30 magazine clip. Oh, Mark said, or clipazine. Oh, I have a lot of clearing up again to do. Every time I do these streams, I have to clear loads of stuff up that I've got out. I was even showing them this earlier, Matt. Weapons stuff. Some of the things they did to film it was amazing. Like they flagged down a truck driver, gave him a crate of beer, welded crash bars on his lorry to do the motorbike crash. Ah, that's it. I didn't know that. That bricks A Donny too. Did you see it? Yeah. It's amazing what kind of coins you can get. Mark of the Six, like any classic American Western movies. Yeah, I'm a big Well, I like. I'm a big Western fan, but I particularly like the Sergio Leone westerns. Absolutely love them. They're some of my favourite films, like the Dollar series and that. And Once Upon a Time in the West is brilliant. I like quite a few of the John Wayne westerns. Yeah, I'm quite a big fan of westerns actually. I forgot when I was saying about recommend me some films. I forgot about westerns. The most recent westerns I watched that I liked, recent ones, I really liked The Hateful Eight. That was good. Bone Tomahawk. That was good. What was it? The new ones. Yeah, I've really enjoyed The Hateful Eight. The Hateful Eight, if you don't know, has some of the music from The Thing in it. Some of the unused music. Yeah, Captain Bog, I just asked if I've seen Hateful Eight. Yeah, I love it, mate. Right, where were we? Got to go back a bit. Trump has been shifting slightly anti-gun lately. Hope he stops. That was Lap Bricks. McMahon, AJ versus Parker. What's that? I don't know what that is, mate. Oh, boxing. I didn't see it. Missed that. Dollar series is my favourite Western series. Seen Hateful Eight. Yeah, I do like the Dollars series. I've got all of them on like the special edition DVDs. Weapons I have El Topo. I keep meaning to watch. I've not seen that. It's supposed to influence a lot of the Dark Town. I'll have to watch that then. Have you seen There Will Be Blood? Not a Western, but one of my favourite films. Yes, I really like that. I've got that on DVD. Looks like we've all got quite similar tastes in films, but yeah, that is a good film. There Will Be Blood. Yeah, it's sort of Westernish, isn't it? But not really, you know. Have you seen Line of Fire? No, I haven't, mate. Black Bricks McMahon, a court case. Not sure what you mean there, mate. Simon says they had an antique guitar. Yeah, on Hateful Eight. Yeah, and old Kurt Russell smashed it up, didn't he? And it was worth a fortune. It was virtually priceless, wasn't it? I think, like one of a kind. Yeah, Kurt Russell smashes it, and it's the real one. Yeah. Oh, The Revenant's one of the new ones I haven't seen, but I would watch. Yeah. The Revenant is a bit too old to be a Western, but it's a great movie. Really raw fights at the end. Yeah, I'm gonna. My sister's got that on DVD because she likes Tom Hardy, so she's sort of collects some of his films. So she's got that. So I'm gonna borrow that eventually. But yeah, The Revenant is one that I do want to watch. Yeah, I've written down now, Topo. Liam, I'd watch anything if it's influenced Dark Tower. Black Bricks, anyone watch the Rambo movies? Yeah, you'll find there's a lot of Rambo fans here. You know what? I've not got any. I don't own any of them though. It's just one of them things I never got around to buying. But I love the first one personally. I think the feel of that first one is it's just the best one of them all. You know, because he's not a super army killer going around just killing everyone just for the sake of it, sort of thing. You know, he don't even want to hurt anyone, does he? Really, originally, you know. 200 Con Air or Face Off with Cage. Never seen Face Off, but Con Air's all right. Never seen Taboo either, but that was something I was gonna watch. I quite like Tom Hardy. I think he's a good actor. He can do good. Like he can be anything, sort of thing. Did you see Taboo with Tom Hardy? It was fun, but had him muttering non-stop. I did hear that. Captain Bogrel, The Rock with Cage and Sean Connery is a guilty pleasure to 800. I quite like that. I've seen that a couple of times. Jacob Taylor, Shot Caller is a really good movie. Never seen that. It's about a bloke who joins the Aryan Brotherhood inside. I'll write that down. I was going to start watching a lot of the like skinhead films and that again. There's a few I haven't seen, but like Romper Stomper and American History X and stuff like that. you know, I was going to start watching like them. What else was I was going to? Or something else I was going to start. I was going to do a bit of a marathon on something, you know. Shot caller. I'll write that down. Have a look at that. Captain Bogrel, yeah, first Rambo, best by a mile. Like that he's damaged, and it's a real message about post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah, it is. That's what, you know. That's what it's about, and he's not out there just being a one-man army. You know, the others are good, but there's a lot more feeling to that first one. Fight scene at the end of the fourth Rambo scene is intense. Yeah, it's mental. Very good. Blood everywhere. Have you seen Snatch? Yeah, got that on DVD out there somewhere, mate. That's good. I like all of the what's it, Guy Ritchie? Lockdown Two Fucking Barrels is good. Weapons Stuff. The Green Room came out recently. It was okay. Yeah, I've got that downloaded, but I haven't watched it yet. But Blue Ruin, the director's previous film, was a lot better. I'll check that out. But yeah, Green Room I've got ready to watch. But Blue Ruin, never heard of that. Jacob Taylor, Romper Stomper is great. They did a prequel where it was about Hando's son. Oh, I never knew that. What's that called then? Weapons Stuff. Seen the old Chuck Norris films. The Delta Force is amazing. You know what? I've not really seen any of them. I think I watched a couple when they were showing them on like CBS or something a couple of years ago. But I want to because, you know, I want to watch it just because it's Chuck Norris. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that Romper Stomper prequel, I never knew that existed. But yeah, I would like to watch a lot of the Chuck Norris films just because it's Chuck Norris. I used to like the old Van Damme films. One of the ones I liked in that was I used to like Cyborg. I don't know how well it holds up now. Is it just called Cyborg? And he's got that three-barreled gun. That was good. Sort of rotates. It's almost like a minigun that doesn't spin round. You have to like manually turn it, do you, I think. I wonder if if that could really work or it was real. I don't think it's a real gun. But instead of pumping it, he'd sort of twist it, wouldn't he? I think. Captain Bogrel, bit different to movies we've been discussing. Seen any Godzilla movies? Yes, I like the old ones. The old rubber-suited ones or that newer. I've not seen either of the two new ones. Well, when I say the two new ones, even that it was the 91. But I think that new one, the 2014 one, I thought looked quite good because it looked more like the traditional Godzilla. But I've got, I think I've got downloaded Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, and I've seen quite a few of the older ones, and they're proper classics. Weapons Off 93. What World War II films do you like? My favourite is Where Eagles Dare. My granddad watched it over and over with me. That's a weird one with me. I do like World War II films, but I can't think on the top of my head suddenly. You know what? I've never seen, though. I don't think I've ever seen Saving Private Ryan properly. God, I'd have to look through my DVDs. I can't think off the top of my head. I'll have to think about that. Yeah. That's, you know, like, Great Escape's good. It doesn't. That's all right. Hard to say. Jacob Taylor, it's called Romper Stomper as well, mate. If you YouTube, it should come up. Only bad thing, it's a TV series. Oh, I'll look that up though. Anyone like the Terminator movies? Yeah, that's another classic. Do like the Terminators. Not seen that new one though, but I want to. What was it? Terminator Genesis. I was going to watch it on the telly. It was on the telly recently. 800 I do. Captain Bogrel. My first Godzilla was 197 something. Godzilla versus Gigan. 1970 something. Watched it over and over when I was a kid. Yeah, about 15 years ago, they must have been showing them on some channel. We've recorded like 10 of them or something. Can't remember any of the ones they were, but it had Mothra in it and all that. And T800, you like martial arts films? I recommend Tony Jaa. Don't think I've seen any of them. I've got the Bruce Lee box sets. I used to like some of the old Jackie Chan stuff. Never really been a massive fan of martial arts, though. But you know, who don't like Bruce Lee, you know what I mean? Captain Bogwell, 2014 was really good. Do recommend. Godzilla 2 coming out next. Yeah, he's going to fight Ghidorah. Ah, nice. Yeah, I'm going to watch that, but it does look good. But look, he does look more like the traditional Godzilla now, don't he? Yeah, Great Escape, Black Bricks. A good movie is The Most Dangerous Game. Yeah, not seen that. Have you seen Ricky O Story Ricky? Yeah, got that on DVD, mate. That's insane, isn't it? Yeah, got that. Did you see Cross of Iron? No, I haven't, mate. That was Paul Brewer said that. No. As soon as someone asks me a question about specific things, I can't think of them. But I must have seen loads of World War II films. But now I've sort of been asked, I can't think. I must own quite a few. Ah, bizarre. Yeah, suddenly gone completely dead. Do you like Stanley Kubrick things? Yeah, I do. Yeah. And I do. Yeah, I've seen Dr. Strangelove. Yeah, that is good. Watched that about 5-6 years ago, I think. I do like that. Yeah, no, a lot of Stanley Kubrick films are good. Clockwork Orange, Shining, obviously. I think I've seen most of his films, to be honest. Diamond said AI is a good film. Yeah. And Clockwork Orange. Lots of strange love stands like an 80s hair band song, yeah. Do you think Kubrick filmed the moon landing? I personally believe that the Americans did actually go to the moon. My mum don't. She reckons they didn't. Captain Bogwell, Bridge Too Far, Battle of Britain, 633 Squadron, Bridge over Ridge Kwai, River Kwai, Dam Busters, Kelly's Heroes, bunch of stuff. If he filmed it, there would have been less mistakes. Probably would have shot it 300 times. Yeah, exactly. But, when you look into it, because a lot of people don't know that. Well, I assumed when I didn't know anything about it, I assumed they'd only have been to the moon like once. They haven't. They've been to the moon like 16 times or something. And the problem was, after you've been to the moon 16 times and just get the same rocks and the same dust, there's nothing to get. It was a bit of a waste of time and money, really. You know, once you got there wasn't a lot to keep. That's why they never went back, because it was pointless, because there's nothing you can do there apart from just collect up the same rock and the same dust. And then I watched some stuff about supposedly moon dust is so fine that if you poured it onto normal cloth, it can just run straight through it. So they had to develop all this special cloth that the moon dust wouldn't go through it. And when you look at all that, it seems like, why would they go to all that trouble if it was just film, you know, fake? But I don't know. But the more I looked into it, the more I believed they really did. Any Stephen King movies like Pet Sematary and Silver Bullet? I've seen every single Stephen King film there is, mate. I love them. And I've got the majority of them up there. Yeah, I love Stephen King. Read loads of his books and seen nearly every single one of his films. I'm a massive Stephen King fan. Yeah. Simon said, do you like Neil deGrasse Tyson? I don't really know who that is. Although I see memes with him quite often, I don't really know who it is, though, or what he does, you know, what he's about. But I know of him. Jacob Taylor, moon landing was really just to prove America was better than the Soviet Union. Yeah. Because there was nothing to do once you're there, and they can't get anything up there to build. You know what I mean? Christine was my favourite. TM800 said, I'll tell you what my favourite Stephen King films are. Possibly, well, these two are mini-series, It or Stand. And then I love The Shining, but I also really like the there's a remake of The Shining, which is like a 3-episode miniseries. I really like that. There's loads. I'm a massive Stephen King fan. I've gone about that for ages. T800 said Christine was his favourite. I don't know if I said that. Weapons and stuff. A lot of it was to advance missile technology as well. Yeah, exactly. Simon said, watch Cosmos on Netflix. Have a smoke. It'll blow your mind. Oh, I'll tell you about having a smoke and watching stuff like that. Have you not ever seen... Oh, fuck, what's it called? Fucking hell, hang on. Space Night. Is it called Space Night? And it's just sort of techno, not techno music, but relaxing sort of techno music. I don't know what you'd call. And then just footage of Earth from space. Earth views, Space Night. You ever seen that? If you like getting stoned, or even mildly drunk, you might like it. You know, if you can get drunk that way. Yeah, Space Night, Earth views, or Earth view, Space Night. What was I supposed to be writing down? Well, it'll come back to me in a minute. I've gone a bit mad now. Right, where was I? That brick T800. That's Arnold's Terminator model, right? T800. Stand By Me. Yeah, oh yeah. See, that's what I mean. I forgot about Stand By Me. Stand By Me is brilliant. And he said, yeah, Series 800 model. And your pick as did I. Actually, I never noticed that myself. Pocketful, good evening. Good evening, mate. Oh, watch Cosmos on Netflix. Yeah, I'll have a look at that up. Yeah, Space Night, Earth Views. Look that up. I love the first Terminator film. It was more like a horror film. But 2 was great for action. Yeah, completely different kind of film, don't they? But I prefer the first one. It's scary. It's intense. And it is. It's a completely different film than the others. May have to go off in 5 minutes because people start to go to bed here at 11. But I'll stay on until then. That Brits, I haven't watched the Genesis one yet. No, I haven't either, but I'm gonna. Like I said, it was on the telly recently and I was going to watch it, but I didn't get around to watching it. The third one, I think it was the third one, is the only one I don't like. I wouldn't watch. It was one with the female Terminator in. Pocket for what does the rest of the room look like? Over in a man cave lounge. Well, sort of. I've got a dartboard over there. TV, stereo and all that over there. DVDs. Yeah, it's quite a man cave. It's not as man cave as it used to be. There used to be more guns all over the walls and over there. But I've only got one thing at the minute for guns. But yeah, it's quite man cavey. Suddenly going mad now. I missed Simon. Simon, is that a single barrel under the boomstick to your left? Yeah, up there, just above the crossbow. You see the little crossbow? Above that is a single barrel. Above that is a double barrel. And then just above that, you can't quite see, is a pump action. T800, do you like Tim Burton? I've not seen too many of his films that I'm aware of. I must have, but yeah, Beetlejuice I like, and I liked his Batman films. I thought they was good. He was the Tim Burton ones. What did he do? Was it the first 3 new, like when they did like the modern ones in the 90s? Wasn't it? But I liked them. I liked all of them. You know, people going about, I think Batman and Robin. They say how crap it is, but I watched that when I was stoned once, and I loved it. Yeah, that book said the 4th one, I mean, is more like a war movie. Yeah, you're right. I quite like that 4th one. That was the Christian Bale one, wasn't it? Jacob Taylor, what kind of music do I like? Quite a weird selection of music. But the main stuff that I buy, I like a bit of Madness, No Doubt, The Smiths, But I'll listen to anything modern. I don't really have a particular taste in music. I'll listen to anything really. Weapons Factory says first two. Bogrel, Captain Bogrel. Was he the one who did the 2001 Planet X? I think he was, wasn't he? Tim Burton, yeah. T-800, The Crow with Brandon Lee. I've never seen that properly. Weapons and stuff. I prefer the Batman films when they were campy and fun, not the modern cape shit realistic superhero films. Yeah, I like them old ones. I think those good because they're more like what the comics would have been originally, you know, and like the original Adam West ones. So the Adam West Batman film is hilarious. It's brilliant. Outdoors, Eric, what is the best movie or film you have ever seen? Oh, that'd be really hard for me to say. Don't know. It'd probably be impossible for me to say even if I thought for hours. Because there's a lot of films I like for certain bits of it. You know what I mean? Like, I've got my favourite Western, my favourite war film, my favourite gangster film. You know what I mean? That Bricks was Black Panther any good if you've seen it? Not seen that, mate. The under Ghostbusters, yeah, the old Ghostbusters. Oh, what's that new one? Shawshank Redemption, yeah, gotta love that. Weapons of 93. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb, which is ironically the end of the last Christian Bale. So. Yeah, I've never seen any of this. I would watch them though. They're Christopher Nolan, aren't they, who directs them? But yeah, I would watch them, I think. Yeah, Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, it's hard for me to say my favourite all-time film. Very hard. And also, it all depends when I saw it last, because I could tell you probably what my most recent favourite film was, sort of thing. Ad Asada, I watched Limitless yesterday. It was awful. I've never seen that. Jacob Taylor, I was into madness when I was younger. Because of my old man, I used to play One Step Beyond non-stop. Yeah, that's where I get it from, but not from my dad, from my mum. He liked madness. The Smiths I found because I used to watch. I'll tell you what kind of music I do like. That I tend to like most of it is 80s music. Probably because it reminds me of when I was younger. But yeah, 80s music. I do like a lot of 80s music. Yeah, they are a bit mixed. Can't work out if they want to be realistic or superhero films, which is why I like the Adam West and Tim Burton ones. Yeah. Rewatched RoboCop again recently. That's a great film. Yeah. The original RoboCop is a proper classic. That's extreme. If you get like the uncut version or whatever it is, that's extremely gory as well. T-800, I thought DeVito was perfect for the Penguin. Yeah, he is good in that. I like them, and they get slated now, well, especially the Batman Rob one, I think. But I really liked that when I watched it. You know, ask me a couple more questions. I'll probably have to go off in a minute because everyone starts to go to bed now. I'll still be up for till about 2 o'clock, I think. But they all start to go to bed. So the problem is when you're talking on these streams, you talk quite loud to compensate in case the microphone's not hearing you. Black Bricks, ever watched the Lego Movie? No, I haven't. Well, they look quite good, you know. Weapons of 93, Jack Nicholson was the best Joker as well. Actually seemed properly psychotic. Yeah. Jack Nicholson is a good actor as well, though, isn't he? So, yeah, I might have to rewatch them. That'd be that. Weird. I was going to go on a marathon. I was going to watch. I was going to get. I can't remember what it was. There was something I wanted to get all of them, watch them, and they was old. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yeah, I like that. Never seen the Hangover film, Simon. Weapon and stuff. I watched Outpost last night with the guy that was Titus Pillion, Ryan Ray Stevenson, I think. Hang on, which one's Outpost? I think I've seen that. I can't remember if I've seen that or not. I'm pretty sure I have. Yeah, no, I have seen that. Yeah, I like that. That was good. Yeah. Yeah, I did like that. There's a couple, ain't there? Yeah, I've never seen the Hangover films. But I probably would. Yeah, I like the Saws as well, Adas. I've watched every single one of them, and I watched the new one recently. This film here, Undead, was directed by the Spearig brothers, who directed that new Saw film, the newest one. Yeah, that was like their first film. And it's a bit of a tribute to like Bad Taste and Brain Dead and that. And a similar film, you know, like the classic horror comedy zombie films. That's what that is. Have you seen Dead Silence by the makers of Saw or even The Collector? Yeah, I've seen both of them. Dead Silence, is that one of the puppet or whatever? Do you like the Final Destination films? I think the first one is best. Yeah, I like them as well, Simon. They're good. I watched the whole box set of them a couple of years ago. They are good films, they are. Good concept. Yeah, Dead Silence I watched about 5 or 6 years ago. And The Collector, because isn't there a second one to The Collector or something? The Collection. I was going to watch that, but it was on like the horror channel. I never got around to watching it. Right, I reckon I'm going to have to call it a day. I would even go a bit longer. But how long have I been on? Since 8:30. So what's that, 2.5 hours? Yeah. Right, I'll let you lot say see you later, and then I'll go. But I appreciate that. It was a good chat. I really enjoyed it, like always. That Brick said, "Do you believe in Bigfoot?" I ain't sure, mate. I'm not sure. I'll have to have a think about that. Ask me next time. Cheers, Liam. I appreciate you joining. Always good fun, these are. Yeah, thanks for all joining in. I hope you all liked it and that. Don't forget to like it just before you leave. Thanks, Simon. Thanks, Tier Andrew. Thanks, Lapbricks. Cheers for all watching. I appreciate that. I'll see you all later. See you in the next one, and I'll probably do a video tomorrow. Yeah, Sam Scrant. That's Trailer Park Boys, isn't it? Bubbles. Or is it? Yeah, no, it's Bubbles he says that, isn't it? Yeah. Appreciate you all watching. Should be a video tomorrow. Not sure what yet. Maybe a knife review. Maybe a woods video. Maybe anything. Who knows? See you later, Bristol. See you later, Paul. See you later, Jacob. See you all later. Good night.